Hey everybody, welcome on in to another edition of the Huntington Beach Oilers pregame show with the voice of the Oilers, Dominick Lorenz. Via Zoom call once again. Technology is good to us tonight as it's the eve of round 2 of the 2024 NHSI Tournament after the Oilers defeated St. John's Country Day 6-1. They get set for a rematch against Bishop Gorman from Las Vegas in the second round today. I'm joined by manager Benji Medure. And I asked you this before we hit record, but I'm going to ask you it again. Did you have fun today?
I did. My pitching coach was making fun of me because I was pacing around and I was nervous. I was nervous before the game. And the game one jitters of this thing is real. They are very real because we in 2017 we lost game one, and it's a terrible feeling. It's hard, and I'm not like ragging on the guys that lost game one. It's tough to come all this way and not to be out of it instantly is that's a tough pill to swallow. So that was my nerves. Those were my nerves. That was my anxiousness, but I had fun when the game started, and I was trying to smile and laugh as much as possible. And there was a lot to smile about today.
Absolutely. So your wife does get credit for you for the helpful advice of having fun, like we talked about yesterday. Take me through today's
Always.
game. A 6-1 victory. The offense got started early. 4 runs right off the top of the bat. CJ Weinstein with the 2-run triple. Lincoln Garcia batted extremely well today. Offensively, what worked for the Oilers, especially, I did notice they kept the ball on the ground a lot, and a lot of low line drives that got some runs in.
Yeah, I mean the parks are enormous. I mean we pieced some balls that just didn't go anywhere. I mean they would have been well out of our field or most high school fields around, and they just camped underneath it and caught it. So the lower trajectory did pay dividends for us today. But yeah, you mentioned Link and CJ had great days today. That first inning was, it gave us some just so that we could breathe, and they're when it's 0-0 in the fifth, or, you're down a run in the sixth, and you start to feel like the noose tighten around your neck. It's tough. So to go up 4-0 and, to have a Sevis on the mound, you feel pretty good about your chances. St. John's a good team. They're offensive, they're athletic. So to jump out on them early, really, to start the whole tournament, like that's a good feeling. That makes you feel like you can keep that going. That was a good momentum builder for us, and hopefully that propels us, for the next couple games.
And I felt that really set the tide, especially for starter Nathan Aceves. 6 1/3 innings, his longest outing of the year. He matched his strikeout total in a single game with 6 today. He looked like ice water in the veins. He was dynamic. He got some help from his defense, but he was locked in the entire way. The relationship he and catcher Trent Grindlinger have is completely on point. We talk about it all the time. Sharks don't nibble, they attack. And I felt Nathan Aceves did a really good job of attacking today.
He did. I think after the first inning, the first inning offensively for us lasted a long time. And then the second inning was, so he was all warmed up. And then the first inning offensively for us lasted about 30 minutes. Like, it was a long game. And there were some offensive innings for us where he sat for a long time. And it almost kind of benefited him when we had a quick inning offensively where he can go back out and stay in his groove. Because as a pitcher, when you sit there, and it's great when your team's on offense for that long, but then as a pitcher, it kind of like you almost have to go out and throw a couple pitches off the mound just to kind of get the feel back, because you just sat there and kind of relaxed and almost cooled down. But yeah, he was great. He did a good job, and he settled in. He got better as the game went on, and he pitched more aggressively, and he finished a couple innings the way we wanted him to, and he gave us it was awesome. Give him a big hug after the game like that, man. That was legit, because sorry, my phone just said low battery. No, I gave him a big hug afterwards, because your senior year and your last start in North Carolina, that's a big deal, and he did his job.
Absolutely. And one more item on the offensive side that I don't think we've talked about that much lately in our pregame chats, but I want to get to it today. Center fielder Trevor Goldenetz. He was out of the lineup last Friday, a little day off against Etowanda, re-enters the lineup today. I don't know if you know this by the stats, but he's currently on a 9-game hitting streak and a 15-game on base streak. He's put together some great at-bats at the top of the order. He's getting close to matching the longest last year, which was Ralphie Velasquez, to end the year on a 22-game on base streak. Trevor Goldenetz, as a junior, leading this outfield and leading this lineup, what do you love about him, what he brings to the lineup, and what he's doing over the past, I would say, month plus of the season?
The energy that he brings. Obviously he's very fast, and when he gets on base, it's basically a double, sometimes a triple, because he can steal bags. But just the leadership and the energy piece that Trev brings, like everyone's pulling for him because he's pulling for everybody. He's always leading the dugout. He's always out in front, kind of walking around, making sure that everyone's engaged. And that's what a leader does, and he's all about the team. He's all about doing whatever the team needs. And so, when you have that kind of positivity rolling with you, you're gonna get breaks, you're gonna get on base, you're gonna get all the baseball rewards kids like that and players like that. He just plays with the right mindset and the right leadership, and baseball does reward him. And I didn't know those stats. I rarely look at stats like that. But I know he gets on base almost every game. Every time I look up, I have an option to run him at first base. So we're lucky to have him, and we're lucky to have him for another year next year. So looking forward to see what he can do.
Well, there you go. That's why you have me as the broadcaster. I'll give you whatever stats you need 24/7. Just text me, call me. I'll be there for you.
I appreciate that, because I am not a stat person. I am not a stat person.
There we go. The perfect marriage works out here at Huntington Beach. Final
Right.
thoughts before I let you go to get some sleep and get ready for an early morning game, and foreshadowing a little bit, but 10 a.m. Eastern time, 7 a.m. Pacific time, if Mother Nature holds. I know there's some torrential rain and thunderstorms potentially happening in Cary tomorrow. Bishop Gorman is the opponent. Rematch of last year's semifinals where the Oilers won 3-2. They've been chomping at the bit for a rematch against you guys. We talked about the targets on your backs, a bigger target tomorrow. I want to say Tyler Belrose is going to get the ball if we play tomorrow. If so,
Yeah.
what does he bring? And how do you approach a talented team in Bishop Gorman?
Well, with Belly, obviously he's a big game pitcher, and he's been here before, and his pulse is slow enough to handle the moment. And against a team like Gorman, who can swing it, who are physical, who speed all over the lineup, and power and everything else, Belly can counteract that with his off speed, his location, just his confidence, and being able to locate multiple pitches in any counts. So, I don't care what team it is. If you have a pitcher that stays calm under pressure and doesn't give in, and can nick the corners and then be able to change speeds in any count, that's going to be tough on any team. So I like our chances. I know they have their big gun going tomorrow, or one of their big guns is going to South Carolina. And we're up. We're going to be up against it, but I believe in my guys, and I believe in Belly, and I think we're gonna get the job done.
Hey, that's the point. That's the goal of this all, is not only to have fun, win games, represent Huntington Beach extremely well. And the Oilers looking to start this tournament 2-0 like they did last year when they ended up winning the championship in 2023. Benji, always great talking with you. Get some sleep tonight. Don't forget, have fun. That is the main part of this tournament. Keep it rolling, and let's keep this pregame chat going. I absolutely love it each and every day.
That's great. Yep. And we're going to just set the time for tomorrow night, because we're going to have to do it again. So I appreciate it, Dom. Thanks.
Absolutely. Cheers to you, Benji.
Thanks.